Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jamie and I am homeschool mama to 4 beautiful children. This is our 4th year that we are homeschooling and it has gone by so fast. If I know one thing, I know that I have learned so much through trial and error and through the wisdom of other homeschool mamas. And so I want to impart some of my wisdom that I have learned over the years to you also. Today I am participating in an open collaboration brought to you from Abby and Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way. They are every single month for the whole entire year bringing you a different subject that any other homeschool mama can participate in also. So if you have one thing that you need to look up, there's going to be at least 20 different YouTube videos with different mamas' opinions on them that you can go ahead and look at for resources. It's such a wonderful thing that they're doing. So thank you ladies so much. All right. So I do want to preface this with that my whole entire opinion about homeschooling and about family is that relationship always comes first. So I always make sure to start filling my kids' hearts instantly when they wake up. So whether I wake up before or after them, the first thing I do with each and every single one of my children is I go around and I give them a long hug and kiss and I ask them how they slept and how their morning has been. That way they know if they have anything they want to talk about, I'm already open for the discussion, and they also know that I completely love them and that I'm there for them. And it's amazing how much it changes their attitude if they woke up with a bad attitude, and how much it puts a big old smile on their face and gets us all headed in the same direction. So this month's collaboration is your 5 top tips on how to have a successful homeschool day. So I do want to start by saying that success is very, very different in everybody's homeschool day. And also from day to day, what your definition of success can be so different. So one day, my definition of success is that just everybody had a very good attitude. They were willing to do their work without any whining or crying, that everybody was smiling and had fun throughout the day. And then another day success is that we actually marked off absolutely everything that I had planned and that the house was clean when my husband got home from work. So my first tip for you is to pre-plan. And I'm not meaning that you need to pre-plan everything for the whole entire year or even for the whole entire month. But what I do is that I pre-plan 1 week at a time. And that way I know I can easily change anything that we need to change. And so I pre-plan 1 week at a time for my 5th grader, for my kindergarten twins, and for my preschooler. And what that means is that I know what lesson I want to do the next day, that I have absolutely all worksheets or paperwork or print-offs or any extra resources that I need. I have them all in one folder and completely ready to go. And I have any extra supplies such as craft supplies or any activity supplies that I need ready to go, so that it doesn't come that day and I say, oh my gosh, we need to go to the store or we can't do that activity because we're missing one item. And so the kids appreciate this very much because when they're ready to go for school, they don't want to wait on me scurrying around to get everything ready. The other thing that I pre-plan for 1 week at a time is that I pre-plan our meals. And part of this just comes to, I get decision fatigue after a little bit because I'm deciding absolutely everything for our family at all times. And so the kids know when they wake up on Monday that we're going to have muffins because it's Muffin Monday. And so whether that's English muffins or blueberry muffins or homemade banana muffins, it doesn't matter, but they know to expect muffins. Tuesday is Toast Tuesday, so we can have French toast or we can have cinnamon toast or peanut butter and jelly toast. And they know Wednesday is Waffle Wednesday, Thursday's usually yogurt or cereal, and then Friday's a little bit bigger of a breakfast because my husband is also home with us. And then they know either on Saturday or Sunday we will have cinnamon rolls for breakfast. And so this is kind of nice for them because they look forward to it. When they go to bed, they always say, tomorrow is Waffle Wednesday, and so they know what to expect. It's beautiful for me because my grocery shopping's a little bit easier and I don't have to make a single decision. Like, I already know what's coming. So I also plan our lunches out, and those are usually something quick and easy. And I do that so that when I'm doing homeschool, I don't have to sit there and worry and spend a long lunch break trying to figure out what we want to eat. Our suppers are also themed a little bit also because we have dance 3 nights in a row and we don't get home until late for that. And so I don't want to sit there and try to wonder what we're going to make. So usually on Tuesday and Thursday, I try to make it something that can be in the Instant Pot or in the crock pot or something that is very quick and easy to end up making. And then Wednesday, we have Hump Day Pizza. So that can either be order out pizza or it can be homemade pizza or pizza bread or breakfast pizza. It could be whatever type of pizza that we end up wanting to do. And so it's nice. It's another thing that the kids end up looking forward to. So, like I said, I end up pre-planning everything as far as homeschool, and if we get to it, that's great, and if we don't, that's okay. I can plan it for the next following week also. And then I end up pre-planning our meals so that I don't have to make those decisions or run late all week because I'm not sure what we want to do. My second homeschool tip for a successful day is that everything has a place. Nothing is more frustrating than you are ready to sit down and you're ready to get something done and then you can't find that one worksheet that you need or that one school book that you need or the activity manual is missing. And so my kids know at the end of the school day, all of their books go back on one certain shelf. All the teachers' manuals go back on a certain shelf. Any of the DVDs that they're using for school has an exact place. All of their crayons, their color pencils, their markers, their pencils, everything absolutely has one place that they go to, and it's the same exact place every single day. So they also know when I say it's 9 a.m., it's time for school to get going, they know exactly where to go and get it. And so this is so helpful for me too, because when I'm consistently looking for stuff times 4 kids, it's a lot of extra energy and focus. And so when I'm looking for something for my kindergartners, then my 5th grader gets off track. And then next thing you know, we're an hour later and she hasn't done any of the works. So everything has a place. Make sure it gets put back in that place and make sure that it's always stocked and ready to go. My third tip is to have a routine and not a schedule. The only thing that we end up having a time for is when the TV needs to be off every single day during our day. So for our homeschool day, our TV is supposed to be off from 9 to 3. And that way I don't have to worry about them asking every 5 minutes if they can watch a show. And so that's very helpful for us because they can be a little bit resourceful and play with games and toys instead and not worry about when their next TV break will be because they know after 3 o'clock they can have the TV back. And so that is very helpful. They also know at 9 o'clock because the TV's off, it's school time. And so if they want some TV time, they can have it before then. That's completely fine for me. My kids like to wake up very slow and sit around for a little bit and everything. So we find 9 is a very good time. So after that, it's a routine. There's nothing scheduled about it. I don't mind which order we do any of the subjects. They just know that the core subjects need to get done every single day. And so a lot of times I'll ask my daughter to do a subject that she can do independently while I get my kindergartners going at the same time. My kindergartners do really good. We're doing BJU Press DVD learning. They do very good and they're in the living room while I'm in the dining room, which is wide open to each other. And so I'm helping them and I'm listening to them the whole time while I'm sitting next to my 5th grader and I'm helping and teaching her also. My 5th grader is doing distance learning online through BJU Press, but a lot of the different subjects we've turned over into Parent-Led because she's just doing a little bit better with keeping it in memory and understanding the information when I go through it with her. So what I end up doing, even though she's 5th grade and a lot of people think 5th graders should be doing stuff on their own, is I really hold her hand through this stuff. She knows I'm sitting there, that I can answer any questions, that I can explain stuff more in depth if she needs, and I can help her with absolutely anything. So I think a really important thing is to have a routine so that they know what to expect and not to get off that routine. Another part of routine is to give breaks. Kids are not meant to sit for hours on end for 4 hours straight and do work. I don't want to do that, so I know my kids definitely don't want to do that. So I find even if it's only after 20 minutes, they're losing their concentration. I tell them, go run around the house 3 times or do 50 jumping jacks, or let's have a sit-up competition, which my kids absolutely love, all these competitive things that we end up doing. And they completely surprised me with my 5-year-old doing 202 crunches and my 11-year-old doing 163 crunches. Like, it's crazy, but it really helps them refocus because they've let out all their extra energy. And so don't be scared to take little short breaks to let them know they can go let out some energy, do something fun, and then we'll get right back to the book work. My next tips is that relationships are everything. They always come first. That is the biggest rule in our house, is relationships come first. So always choose kindness, always choose a helping heart. And so what that ends up looking like for our homeschool day is that basically if my kids are having a hard time and we're arguing or we're crying or there's fighting, we're going to stop our homeschool day and we're going to work on their character a little bit instead. Maybe something happened that, they didn't get enough sleep the night before and so they're very tearful. When they're tearful or they're in an angry mood, they're not going to be listening to their schoolwork and they're not going to be learning as well. And so I always stop and I try to address whatever issue it is. And sometimes stopping when all the siblings are fighting with each other and just doing a read aloud book with everybody resets the whole entire day. And then after that 15 minutes, we can get back to school. And so relationship, relationship, relationship. The other part of relationship also is if you have little ones in your homeschool. A lot of times you just want them to stay busy on their own so that you can get the homeschool day done with your older kids. But it's almost the exact opposite in our home. I try to very much so include my little ones in everything that my older one does. So that means those kindergartners can sit in and they can participate in whatever that 5th grader's doing. And that means that our 3-year-old is sitting in and participating in anything she wants of all 3 of the older ones. And it's amazing how much they pick up at that age. My 3-year-old knows so much just by sitting and watching the kindergartners do everything, and her bucket is always full and she's more willing to go off on her own for 5 minutes and play because she feels like she's very free to come in and out as she pleases. So as far as relationships too, the other thing they need to know is that you're not there to punish them. So if my child completely bombs a math test, instead of sitting here and telling her, I don't understand how you don't get this. We went through this. I don't understand how you did so bad. I just completely told you how to do this. I don't understand how you're getting this bad grade. Instead, I end up sitting down with her and say, I see that you had a hard time with this. Let's review it together. And I literally sit there and review every single problem with her. And I also tell her, I understand how you see that, but this is the way we do it instead. And that way it makes her understand that she's not a failure, she's not doing bad, that I completely see how this can be hard for her and that we'll learn together. And this fills her cup and it builds her confidence, which I think is so important in education. All right, so the very last tip that I want to give you is to completely enjoy your time with your kids. You may have a curriculum that doesn't work for every single kid. I have twins that are in kindergarten, and I have found over the years that of trying to teach them different things like letter sounds or even counting, that what works for one of them doesn't work for both of them. And so oftentimes, as easy as it would be to teach both of them at the same exact time, sometimes I'm using a different method of teaching each of them the same exact thing. So then, yes, it's double the work, it's double my time, but I have to do them separately so that each of them get the benefit that they need. So make sure that you get the curriculum that each of your kids need, but also make sure it's a curriculum that you're very willing to utilize also, because if you don't enjoy it, you're not as willing to be productive with it and do it every single day. Make sure that you remember to put the fun things in homeschool also. It's not all about checking off the to-do list, and it's not all about getting every single worksheet done in the whole entire curriculum. It's about having fun and making memories. So make sure that you put surprise times for games, and make sure you do your read aloud times every single day with your kids, and make sure that you're able to paint and go outside and do some nature walks and explore, and just make sure that you remember that you're a family first before you're a teacher. All right, if you like this, like I said, is an open collaboration with Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way. We will have another subject next month that I will participate in. The playlist will be linked down below along with those two beautiful women's channels. And I hope that you get lots of wisdom and helpful tips from all of our different homeschool mamas. I want to continue helping other mamas also. By down in the comment, will you please say what your top homeschool tip is? What helps make you feel like you have had a successful homeschool day? All right, give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe and please go ahead and share this playlist with other homeschool mamas.